Hey guys, I was wanting to make another video for y'all. It's been quite a while. Y'all can see I'm in a different room of the house, actually. A little bit more comfortable. My game room, I guess you could call it. But, last time I said I was going to do a video on Facebook. It was a while back. So, I just really hit a blank spot for words. Anyway, it was a while back, and I'm sorry for the inconvenience, lack therefore of whatever. I'm out of it this afternoon. And when I said I did, I was asking for any, ideas on what to talk about, and I didn't get any of those. So today, y'all get a surprise. Hope y'all like it. I'm gonna go ahead and I was thinking about several things. And I figured I'd talk about love, okay? Now, first off, that's already a word a lot of us don't want to use. Like when your parents say it to you, you don't want to, hey, I love you, you don't want to say it back. It's embarrassing. I rarely do it because when my mom is saying she loves me, she's just wanting to say it so that I'll say it back so she can, make it awkward. But one of my friends, I won't mention your name, dude, but you probably know who you are. I was talking with him over Xbox, and every night, his mom would come in and say, I love you, and he, even with me right there being able to hear him, he'd say it back, not embarrassed or anything, and that really, me being 19, and him being so much younger than me, that really, hit me as, I don't utilize that factor enough. I don't really show people, anybody really, that I love them. But that's not really what I'm wanting to talk about. I'm not talking about, the love you have for your parents or your friends or your, if you're married, your spouse, if, you're old enough for that, or if you are married, whatever, or, your siblings, or a crush you have, that's not what I'm talking about. I want to talk about, it's agape, okay? And agape, the main way I love to just tell it, it's unconditional love, but the best way to describe it to people is it's the love God gives us. Because whether you like it or not, you're not exactly the easiest thing to love. I mean, we're full of pride, we hate people having things that we don't, greedy, we don't want to do stuff because we want to do something else. We're just not exactly lovable, and as it says in the Bible, period, we're not, okay? We're just not lovable whatsoever. Me and my bad memory, I don't remember which one of the minor prophets it was, but God came to him and said, you have to marry, what is her name? I thought her name was so cool. But he told him to go marry a prostitute and make her a true woman, a solid woman who actually, just loves one man and doesn't go out and get money for having sex with other men. Sorry for the word. But he went out and he did that, and she ended up going to another man who was wealthy and all that, and God said, don't let this get to you. Go back to her, buy her back from this man, and bring her back and show her you still love her. And he did that, and that's not him telling us to go out and love the world. The prostitute girl, I still can't remember what her name is. Wow, I am so fail. We're supposed to be her. We're not something that you can just go out and be like, oh, hey, there's a person, I love that person. You can say that as much as you want to, but you probably don't mean it. But I mean, I try my hardest to, as I go out, one of my slogans is, all of my love goes to God, and all the love He sends back to me, I spread out evenly amongst the world, even people I don't know. Because in the forefront of my mind, and to an extent in my heart, I do love everybody, but I don't show that, and I don't act that way, and I don't try hard enough to show it. So I can't really fully say I do love everybody and I do give everybody love, even though I, know that's what God wants and that's what I should be doing and that's what I want to do. But that's us, that's humans. You know, it's hard to love someone who hates you. That's the only word I can use. That hates you for the same reasons you hate them in the back of your mind. Really, it is. Pride. It all ends up coming back to pride. Nothing you do can say, oh, it's just my greed, or it's just my laziness, or it's just my whatever. It all ends up coming back to pride. It gets in the way. It's like, okay, yeah, you can be friends with him. All of a sudden, something mediocre. He just does anything better than you. He has something that's a little bit better than something you have. Let me put it this way. I have one of the original kind of PS3s, and now this isn't something I deal with, but a lot of people would be friends with somebody, and that person has the newer PS3, and he is still friends with him, but he hates him. He just holds a grudge against him for no reason, but the fact that he has a better gaming console than he does. And that's what pride does to us. It feeds everything else, and it feeds off of everything. And when that's why so many people sit there and they pray and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, God, for doing this, this, or this, and forgive me for this. Thank you for this, though, and help me with this and this." They don't get to the root of it. They're not like the prayer you need to say if you want to be able to love someone. You need to ask God to kill your pride, guys. That's really about it. Because now pride will never really be gone. Will never really be. The only time we'll ever really be holy and graceful and fully humble is the day we're in heaven. As long as we live on earth, there's going to be something every day we're going to sin about. And that's just period. We can't not do it. But yeah, I mean that's actually I'm running out of stuff to say right about when I need to. I mean that's really all there is. I mean, don't sit there and pray, God, I'm sorry for cursing at my friend because of the factor that his hair looks better than mine, or whatever stupid reason it may be. I mean, I could go deeper, but don't pray that. Pray God, pray that you're sorry for that, and ask for forgiveness for that, even though God already knows what you're gonna pray for. But ask Him if you're trying to really try to get rid of the root of why you're so angry at people, or why you're so anything you're wanting to get to God to help you with, your lustfulness, your pridefulness, whatever. Actually ask Him to kill the pride, not the lust that you hold. Because if He kills the lust in you, well, that's all well and dandy, but it's going to come back because pride's going to say, oh, look, there's something, a hot dude, bam, there's some lust right there. I mean, that's how it spawns, guys. It's from pride, I'm sorry. So, just, if you're gonna sit here and pray something tonight, pray that God helps you with the fields that you need help with, and get Him to kill your pride, because also, you can't follow this road alone. You have something you're trying to stop, something you're trying to get rid of, some feelings towards somebody you don't want. You can't just sit here and, God is more than enough. But as the humans we are, we can't just sit here by ourselves and say, God, help me with this. You've got to go and find somebody who's not necessarily like you in the same, they do the same things you do, but somebody else that's human. You've got to find that person and help them as they help you. Y'all have got to be accountable to each other, and y'all have got to keep each other from doing it. And y'all have got to help each other with it, guys. So yeah, if you want more stuff about Agape, Google, or if you use Bing, which I only have Bing as my homepage because I like to see pretty pictures. Yeah, I'm such a weirdo, guys, and I hope y'all like that factor. Hitting 10 minutes, so I guess I'll let y'all go. Good night, good morning, have a good day, good afternoon, goodbye. Peace out, guys.